Oh, Aquarius. Greetings. Thank you for joining me. This is your reading, Aquarius, for this gorgeous new moon in Taurus. So we can feel the, I think there's a lot of transformative things going on right now in the next couple of months. You know, it's a great time, new moons, obviously, to plant new seeds. And we consider what's past. This is all just a connection to what's past and what's forward. Let's just see, Aquarius. We'll do a shortened Celtic cross if you've not checked out the Lightroom forecast before. A shortened Celtic cross, and we'll go through and clarify for you. So where are we? We had two. Who's that? And one more. We'll talk about the central point, the basis for Aquarius here. Oops, too many bases. I'd like to get the cards to jump. Lots of people tuning into their inner guiding force at the moment, I think. Wow. Now, this is interesting. So we start out here. Look, there are some things that we don't see at the time. You come out here with the moon. You know, the moon is revealing and concealing. It contains things that are hidden to us at certain times. They are revealed. And of course, the moon being a great transferer of the sun's light, we have it crossed by victory. Look, I think there's something that the wheels have been put in motion already, and that you don't necessarily see the outcome. Oh, I've just got really weird ear. You don't necessarily see the outcome yet, but there is an indication that it's like you see it from others before you know it, if that makes sense. In the central point, how do I describe that? You see it in the reaction of others before you actually see it yourself. That's just what I'm getting here. The basis of this is a decision. And I think a decision that's already been made, but it's just a time thing. It's a timing thing in this card. And it's not a decision that you made with clear vision. You know, traditionally the Two of Cups is the blindfolded figure making a decision based on not what they see around them. You see where this is going? So as I said, this decision was made through your own guidance here, through your own internal intuition, actually, or by that, not from anything else, not from anything around you. So the thing is, it comes back firstly in the form of that you see a level of success coming back to you from others. That's what I'm trying to say. Before you actually know that you have been successful. It's interesting, Aquarius. So it's interesting. It's like gauging it from the others. Recent past, what's behind you is the Four of Discs. Very powerful card, or should I say very strong, stable card. stability at its height. Here we have one entrance into this aerial view of a structure, a fortress, in fact, in the Thoth deck. In other decks, it's a figure holding coin on the upper parts of his body, her body. So what's behind you? A very stable, understanding that you've been in a very stable position for some of you. And this is stable in the material. There's one access point into this structure, and that is a Malkut, which is this earth plane in the physical world. Very much a stable card. A very Jupiterian card, actually. The Four of Discs. So currently, of course, we will go through and clarify a little bit. Current position for Aquarius. For Aquarius. So yeah, this is kind of amazing, actually. Like, to see success before you actually hear it, to see it in other people, to see it before you formally realize it. I find this quite interesting. Look, at the current time, excuse me, at the current time, there's, you know, several things at this time now, which is that you're at the end of a cycle, so you're beginning a new cycle. This is a burden that no one can continue to carry, and so it's sort of ascertaining what that burden is. Is it what you've placed value on? Is it the value of that stability that is just behind you, that is just a little bit suffocating? I wonder. I don't know. It could be anything to anyone, but currently you've got this, you've understood what your burdens or burden is, and you realise that it's the end of a cycle and it's on its way out, in fact. So let's just see. Aquarius, moving forward. Moving forward here. 2. They're face down. Yeah, I find these last I've just got 2 more of the astro readings to do today, and they're just getting more wilder as the day goes on. So moving forward, okay. Look, we get a period of respite. What is the general feeling about this is that you're in an incredibly strong position. Look, there's nothing really that can, you know, it's just hearing it, like you're the captain of your own ship. You know that. There's nothing that can, there's no torpedo that can kind of suddenly sink you. There's nothing. You come here moving forward, the Emperor, very strong male qualities in the Emperor, of course, and they can exist in women as well. There's authority here, but there's also this Four of Swords. The Knight comes home. Look, it's like you need a cup of tea and a lie down after all of this. The Four of Swords. A card of respite. I mean, some say healing. Sometimes it is healing, but it's respite, it's rejuvenation after what is sometimes an arduous period. You know, like the classic medieval knight comes home and just, woof, I just have to throw my sword down and have a nice little sleep and a cup of tea. You know, it's kind of like that. But in doing that, you know, the emperor can do that, can let go a little bit too, and still can let go and still retain authority, if that makes sense. There's nothing that can, well, it just feels like there's nothing that can take that emperor down. There's nothing that can take the emperor down. This is a burden that needs to be released. But you know this. You know this. Let's see, what are we interested in here? What are we interested in here? Let's have a look at behind you, where you're at, and moving forward. Can we look at the Four of Discs, please? Pardon me. Where's that gone? Interesting. This sort of fell out halfway. So we look at the Four of Discs. The solid stability, one way in, one way out. We get the King of Cups. This really, you know, really sort of so emotionally mature. Emotionally mature King. I just feel that this Ten of Wands, it's about emotional letting go more than anything with the King of Cups here. It's more if you need to let anything go. And we see that there's a burden of sorts. But it's not a material burden so much as an emotional burden. That has passed. We'll just look at the 10. The 10 of Wands, please. Oh, Aquarius. I mean, this is pretty bloody good. Right. What do we got here? Wow. Oh my God. We've got a few. 10 of Wands. Right. Again, there's a sort of theme here that, and I think a lot of information came through for a lot of people in various different ways over that last full moon, in terms of directions, in terms of where they're at, in terms of what they may need to look at, I guess. This burden, we know this, you know it. It's a timing factor involved here. So that the Queen of Swords, I mean, you've kind of removed it. That's clarity, it's awareness. You've been aware of that burden for a long time, actually. I think you've been aware of it for a long time, and that this is the beginning of a new cycle, and you knew it was coming. And in fact, everything that you've done thus far, decision making, has been centered around the expectation. Not even expectation, the assumption of this new cycle, in fact. So the Queen of Swords comes in, clear as a bell, one sword, straight down the middle, off it goes. On to the next thing. What this does, though, is it creates a hell of a lot of balance and a movement and getting things done. This is what it is. You understand, though. You do understand that it's just kind of like a really sort of mature acceptance here. A mature acceptance of what? I don't know. This could mean anything in your life. But you've known what this burdensome events, things, whatever, have been. You chopped it off because you had to, because it's a new cycle. You need a new level of balance in order to move into the new cycle. And you know that this takes time. Temperance, divine timing. But to me, Aquarius, it feels like that you knew all of this anyway. You knew all of this anyway. And what happens then? The Wheel of Fortune. So it's kind of like I don't play poker, but what's that? A sort of triple ace or something. I don't know. But it's a pretty good spread there. If we come through, we look at the Emperor, please. This captain of his own ship. Kind of benevolent. Certainly an authority, or has become one. And yet, remembering that in all the machinations of the world and our jobs and everything else, a small emotional, give yourself a small emotional break here. But what I do, it's not just that. This is, it's a small offering. And it's an emotional offering. But I kind of get this idea that you're giving it to yourself. It's part of this respite. It's part of this respite. And, sorry, that's my phone buzzing in the background. It's part of this respite for you, Aquarius. We'll just look at the Emperor, please. Look at the Emperor, please. Oh, I just lost concentration there. Yeah, this is beautiful. Like I said, Aquarius, you saw it before you got there, actually, this whole thing playing out. Of course, there's one element that, as I said at the beginning in this initial placement, you will see your success reflected off others before you get a formal thing in the mail. This is just what I'm hearing here. With the Two of Wands, we get, firstly, the Happy Home card. 11, the homecoming. You've come home. I think there's a beginning and there's an end point and a starting point in a lot of people's lives at this juncture, at this crux, or what's the word? Crossroad. It's not even a crossroad, it's a juncture. We end and we begin. This is beautiful, and we have judgment. So it's past, present, and future conjoining all at once. It's natural law. It's beautiful. It's impersonal. But we're reaping some pretty amazing rewards here, Aquarius. We really are. It's quite interesting. And what do we get coming out? With the pixies and fairies, we get the sage, this wise fellow or felless with 360-degree vision, incredible sonar, with the master maker, this gorgeous smith who beats away, gets the furnace burning, shapes it as she means to go on. It's just amazing. It's just beautiful, Aquarius. Let's just get a little word card. For lovely Aquarius, please. Yes, this has been your strength all along in this journey. Objectivity, dear friends. Objectivity has been your strength. And you are the master maker. Thank you, lovely Aquarians. Take good care. Enjoy this wonderful new moon time in Taurus. And we'll see you next time. Ka kite. Bye.